leg day. It's what separates the dudes from the buff dudes. In this episode, we'll be going over quads and hamstrings, their functions, and the top 5 exercises to turn those twigs into tree trunks.
Come join us now for a look into functional strength with buff dudes from a time long ago. Here we see troglodytes in their early evolutionary form, leaving the cave like newborn sucklings and ready to explore the vast expanses of the earth. Much to their surprise, they see another, more advanced cave dude walking upright and jogging as he hunts for food. The troglodytes are curious about their cave dude cousin and try to emulate his upright motion. Sadly, the cave dude sees them as a threat.
It's okay, cave dudes. After a few of these bad boys, I can't walk too well either. Now let's go into what makes the legs work. Taking up a significant portion of our body's mass, and with many uses such as running, walking, kicking, and dancing. Just to name a few, the leg muscles are an essential part in our day-to-day activities. Let's start breaking down the function of the leg muscles one by one. Quadriceps femoris, vastus medialis, vastus lateralis, rectus femoris, and vastus intermedius are the muscles that make up the quads. The origin of the muscles start at the hip and all come together at the patella via the quadriceps tendon. The main function of the quadriceps is extension of the knee joint. The rectus femoris is also a flexor of the hip. Also, the quads, specifically the vastus medialis, will play an important role in the stabilization of the knee. Hamstrings. Made of 3 separate muscles that originate just below the gluteus maximus on the pelvic bone and insert at the tibia and fibula. Semitendinosus, semimembranosus, and biceps femoris, long and short head. One of the main roles of the hamstrings is to be the antagonist to the quadriceps in the deceleration of knee extension. Other functions are flexion of the knee and extension of the hip.
Here we can see the legs in motion. How exciting! If deadlifts are the king of all compound exercises, then squats are the queen bitch. She'll make you a buff dude, but will break you in half in the process. Okay, with proper form, not really, but it sounded cool for dramatic effect. Start by placing the barbell on the upper trap area. You're going to be unracking the weight. Keep your feet about hip width apart, toes slightly pointed outward in a comfortable position. You're going to be starting the movement by pushing the hips back like you're sitting down in a chair. This is going to help tighten those hamstrings up and support the knee. As you bring yourself down to about parallel to the floor or slightly below if you want to do deep squats, you're really going to be activating the glutes, hamstrings, and quads all at the same time. You're going to be extending upward, pushing those hips forward to a nice lockout in the top position. Congratulations, you just completed the squat. To get to leg heaven, you're going to have to walk through leg hell. You're going to be doing it using every buff dude's favorite love-hate relationship exercise, walking lunges. Starting the walking lunge movement, you're going to be taking a big step forward, heel toe. Once you reach that position, the back leg is going to be bending, so the knee is either going to be slightly hovering above the floor or just tapping the floor to get the full range of motion. Once you reach that position, you're going to be pushing off with the leading leg and then stepping forward with the next. It's going to be working on accelerating your body and also decelerating your body, working the quads, glutes, and hamstrings, as well as the core. As Hudson said, you gotta walk through leg hell to get to leg heaven. And it's filled with beautiful naked women. It's only 37 million walking lunges away, so you better get started. They're waiting. Third on the list is going to be the barbell hack squat. It looks a lot like a reverse deadlift, but quite the contrary, it's really gonna be focusing on the quads rather than the posterior chain. So what you want to do is get down in the bottom position. Keep your torso upright. This is an important thing. And you're really going to be working on hitting those quadriceps. So grab the bar in an overhand grip, just outside shoulder width. Feet are going to be about hip width in these ones. Make sure your hips are back and push through the legs. Extend those knees and get a good squeeze of the top position. Again, keep that torso upright throughout the motion. You're really gonna feel that burn in those quads. The barbell hack squats, definitely buff dudes approved. Manual hamstring curls, also known as Nordic hamstring curls, a Viking's favorite hamstring exercise.
By Odin's hammer, give me the gift of hamstring gains. Doo-doo!
Start in the kneeling position, anchor your feet under a bar. Keep your torso in line with your upper legs. Slowly lower yourself down to the bottom position in an eccentric contraction, tightening those hamstrings the whole way. Hold as long as you can, and once you give out, catch yourself with your arms. Push yourself off in a push-up position, just enough so you can engage the hamstrings in a concentric contraction and bring yourself up to the top position. Try not to push your hips back too far, or else this is gonna alleviate a lot of the tension in the hamstrings. Again, keep your body nice and rigid throughout the motion, and it's really gonna isolate those hamstrings.
And now you know how to perform the Nordic ham raise. And don't forget to superset it with some raping and pillaging. What? We don't rape anymore? All right, some pillaging. What? We don't pillage anymore? Yeah, fuck this shit. I'm gonna get drunk.
Romanian is a Romance language which originated from Vulgar Latin. Romanian Deadlifts is an excellent hamstring isolation exercise which you're going to use to communicate to your hams using the exercise language of love. Picking shit up, putting shit down. The name might have deadlift in it, but it's not starting in the dead position. You're actually starting in the racked position about mid-thigh level. Walk up to the barbell, grab it about shoulder width apart, overhand grip. Once you have that, you're going to walk out from the rack, keep your feet about hip width, toes pointing forward the whole time. So what you want to do is keep that spine nice and straight throughout the motion and keep that barbell nice and tight to the thighs. Push those hips back, tightening the hamstrings and really working on the eccentric contraction. So slowly lower it down so you feel that nice stretch in the hamstrings. Once you hit that stretch reflex, you're going to be explosively letting yourself up to the top position by extending the hips, get a nice squeeze in the glutes, and then you've completed your first rep. Once you hit that, you can rep it out from there. Romancing the deadlifts is only a buff dude would know how.
Quads, hams, calves? Is that the shit you're trying to work while I'm curling in your squat rack? Douche bro don't need that shit. Bench press and curls all day, every day. Yeah. Word! As big as your leg, bro. Come at me.
I'm not saying I've been anally probed by aliens. But I've been anally probed by aliens.